Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Network. I'm Jeannie Duca, Chief Marketing Officer for BCN, and today I'm delighted to welcome as my guest the founder and president of C4 Communications, Colombo de Salvator. Colombo, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jeannie. Good to be here and honored to be a guest on your show.
Thank you so much. Hey, I'd love for you to kick us off by telling our audience a little bit more about your history, your career, and the 24-year history of C4 Communications.
Sure. I grew up in a home of entrepreneurs and business owners, and that was kind of my predisposition. And I had spent a little time working for Verizon in one of the first CLECs in the state of Connecticut, and had just about 12, 13 months of experience working for yeah, or in the industry. And found the opportunity to get involved in the channel, and with very
Great.
little experience and a lot of, I guess, just gusto and interest in owning my own business, I took the plunge at the age of 24 to start the business.
That's
But
great.
so I learned most of what I know about the channel and about the technology that we help our clients with, as a channel partner over those 24 years. So.
hmm hmm Yeah, it's such an interesting area to work in. The evolution of the channel, I'm sure you've seen it. I've been in the channel for 20 plus years as well. It's really changed and taken on its own identity. And I think the changes are fantastic. Tell me what you think about how the channel has evolved.
Certainly have seen the channel mature, which I think is a good thing.
hmm
The first order of business that I had with clients often was explaining what kind of business that I had and who we were in relationship to the providers that we represented and how that all worked. So I think the businesses today, the clients we interact with, they understand who we are and the value that we add. So it's really more about just presenting that value and executing on that, versus having to explain like what we even do.
One of your recent posts, you talked about some of the challenges that you've seen customers facing and how that led you to develop and launch C4 Assurance, which you describe as a telecom lifecycle management system. Very exciting.
Thank you. C4 Assurance was born probably about 10 or so years into the business.
hmm
Like a lot of partners out there, what we what I found myself doing is doing a lot of additional work for our clients in addition to just presenting different provider options for them and helping them select and implement it. We found ourselves, or I found myself, because I was on my own for the first 12 years as a solopreneur. I found
hmm
myself doing a ton of work that typically their IT department should be doing. And so, what we realized is that, or what I realized with the help of my business mentor, Rick Deller, what I realized is that there's a lot of value in this service, and businesses would be willing to pay and should pay for that additional service that we were doing above and beyond kind of just the traditional sales.
That's wonderful. I love it. And so it continues today, and I'm sure you do you add different features or points of value that you bring inside that offering?
So I think we have refined it and we've matured the offering. First, we productized it and came up with the name C4 Assurance, which I think helped kind of distinguish it from what we do as a traditional agent and helping clients just buy the services.
hmm
Created as the life cycle service that had an agreement, so that was one step. But what we do as part of the agreement for our clients is still very similar today to what we started doing 10 years or so ago. Probably the most interesting new part of C4 Assurance is something that we call CVA, or Cloud Voice Administration. So if you
Oh.
think about the typical client that had a premise-based system, a lot of times there was a PBX vendor that was coming on site, and
hmm
whether it was a NEC or Panasonic or Cisco phone system, you had the guy that knew how to punch a million buttons and program the phone through the console there. When we took our clients to the cloud, we found that guy went away. So who
Right.
was left to really program the system? There wasn't a lot of work on site to manage the phones because the phones were just really peripherals on the network. So the I team was completely comfortable putting phones out and putting cameras in, handling all that. But who was going to go in and program the call flows? Who was going to go in and manage the moves, adds, and changes? And when we had clients that really didn't have a person on their staff that was interested in doing that or able to do it, we found that we added a really we added a lot of value by bringing that cloud voice administration, and we made that part of C4 assurance for our clients that we've moved to the cloud for their
Excellent. And
UCaaS.
I'm sure you find a lot of comfort from the clients. I mean, I think when you change a phone system, right, where it's people all of a sudden don't know how to do the things that they came in and knew how to do easily, right? All of a sudden it's a new system, it's new buttons to push and new ways to connect with either internal folks or external folks. So I'm sure that gives them, again, that level of comfort that you're there to support them with that initial programming and ongoing support. That's wonderful. Colombo, I know that from a technology standpoint, you're big believers in the power of layering SD-WAN over the underlying connectivity. Tell me a little bit more about how that has helped customers and why you find that such an important technology to bring to them.
Yeah, no, you're right. And there has been some shift in the channel to move into other products, to diversify into other areas. And while we are doing that, we have not lost sight of the importance of connectivity for businesses because all these cloud applications, they do run over the connectivity that comes into the business. And as you mentioned, being able to have a partner like C4 that can not just source the right fiber or broadband or, satellite connection, not just being able to do that, but also being able to bring that SD-WAN technology that allows businesses to use that bandwidth the most efficient way and also add security into securing those connections is really powerful. We love working with BCN because we can put together the connectivity all across the country from whichever provider has the right fit in that
Mhm.
area and then use some of your SD-WAN solutions. And you have multiple ones, which we like because then we can kind of, pick the right SD-WAN solution and bundle it together with all the connectivity, and then give our clients the convenience of one bill in one place to manage it. So we have found that it's been really important still, and we haven't taken our eye off the ball of that with our clients.
That's great. That's great to hear. I know we find the same thing, and again, it's that need for unbreakable internet connectivity that is really at the heart of what we see customers demanding and really what they deserve. It's not just enough to make that connection. You have to do everything you can to make it unbreakable. And I think I know you see too, at least two connections at every location, maybe more, depending on what the use case is. But the layering of the SD-WAN and the addition of that security is really critical. So it's great to be able to partner with you and your solutions consultants to bring that to your customers.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. There's a lot of clients that are moving to the cloud with a lot of their technology, whether that's security or their infrastructure. And I think that trend will continue. I also
Mhm.
think that the trend of clients insourcing technology back to their premise is happening in certain cases as well.
Interesting.
So one of the things that I like about connectivity for our business and the longevity of our business is that while there is price compression in that service that we sell, the demand for more bandwidth continues to grow.
Right.
But it is
Right.
a service that businesses can't insource. Businesses can't create their own connectivity, so to
Mhm.
speak. So I think there's always going to be a value add for partners to be providing that particular technology and managing that. Um,
Yes.
Most businesses are really not interested in dealing with the providers because it's still difficult to deal with some of these very large providers who have the fiber, who are really good at building and deploying and running fiber networks, but maybe they're not the best at, taking care of a small business that only has 5 or 10 locations. So
Exactly, exactly. So when you talk about things coming back on-prem a little bit more, is that to support edge computing and some of the new, whether it's IoT devices or other things that customers want that data closer to them?
I think that businesses are, have moved a lot of their workloads into the public clouds
Hmm.
and have experienced runaway costs in those environments and have decided to bring some of that infrastructure back into their own data centers, or maybe a provider data center as well. So I think that's going to go both ways. I think there's always going to be companies that are insourcing and outsourcing certain technologies, and we want to be flexible and help our business clients do whichever they need. But I
Hmm.
also think, to my earlier point, being able to really build a practice around making sure the connectivity is there and secure and always available and unbreakable, to use your words, I think
Hmm.
that's a good place for us to continue to make sure we're doing a good job for our clients, and we'll continue to be able to add value over the years. So
That's great. Do you focus on any particular vertical market, or does your client base really span a number of verticals?
we've done pretty well in the financial services market. I'm based out of Hartford, Connecticut, which was traditionally the insurance capital of the world. So
Sure.
there's a lot of legacy insurance companies here, and in New England, there's a lot of insure tech companies that have kind of spun out.
When people trust you and trust you to be their advocate and then talk about you to other companies and refer you, that is really, I think, incredibly valuable.
Yeah, yeah, and we have 4 core values at C4, and one of them is build long-term partnerships through uncompromising integrity and loyalty. And
Hmm.
really, trust is at the core of that core value.
Right.
And
What really helps build that trust.
no
This has
doubt,
been such a great conversation. Is there anything else you want to share with us about what's happening at the company with your team?
like I said earlier, what we're excited about is growing our team of solution consultants.
Hmm.
We're excited I'm excited because this business model has afforded me a wonderful lifestyle. And not only has it been a business that has provided financially for me to raise my 6 kids and to
Uh,
enjoy a lot of good time with them over the years.
hmm.
But it's also been something that provides time. And
Yes.
what I like about the business model, and one of the things I'm excited about, is to offer that to some folks on my team. And not
Mm.
just the solution consultants on the team, but also everybody on the team. And I think that's one of the things that the business model affords. And I'm excited to see that going forward, and kind of pay it forward, if you will, for
Yeah.
those folks that have, trusted to come work for, trusted their careers to come work for a very small business in the big scheme of things, right? Um,
Hmm.
and I'm really grateful for that and excited to continue to lean into that over the years to come. So
That's wonderful. Well, they're very lucky to be working with you and with C4 Communications, as are we. You're a wonderful partner, and we really value that partnership. And I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy day to join us today. And I hope to see you soon.
yes, I hope to see you in person, and we appreciate the chance to do this and share with the channel community. I also appreciate the partnership that we have had with BCN. We've been working with BCN since 2014. And I think that the core values of our company and your company align, which is why you guys have become one of our top suppliers that we work with. And,
Thank you.
and we're grateful for the partnership. So
Thank you very much, as are we. Have a wonderful day. Have a great 4th of July holiday, and we'll talk again soon.
very good. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Beyond the Network, and a special thanks again to our guest, President and founder of C4 Communications, Colombo de Salvator. I hope you'll watch for future episodes of Beyond the Network when we'll talk with other leading voices in the channel and in the technology market. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.